Hello and welcome to IPO review with Mr. Ketan Merchant, CFO, Fino Payments Bank. Fino Payments Bank is coming out with an IPO very soon. The IPO date is from 29th of October 2021 to 2nd of November 2021. And the company is planning to raise around 1,174 to 1,200 crore rupees from the IPO. The face value of the share would be rupees 10 each, and the price band would be between 560 rupees to 577. To talk on the issue, I have with me Mr. Ketan Merchant. Welcome, Ketan.
Thank you, Gitu.
Ketan, tell us about something about the issue. How ready are you for this IPO?
Well, IPO is a process. It does not happen overnight. So, it is about a strategic thought which we had since the time we started profitability journey 7 quarters back, and we've been working on it. So, we are ready. The markets in India are also good. So we're all IPO ready and looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Talking about the amount that you intend to garner from this IPO, what is that you would be utilizing these funds for?
See, we are a fintech with a regulatory license. So for everything what we do, there is a technology angle to that. So the primary or the utilization of the primary issuance of INR 300 crores, three-fourths of that will go into technology and digital. We are intending to invest the money into technology and digital overlay on all the products, and a bit of marketing and branding as well through this primary issuance.
Mm-hmm. Ketan, tell us something about the business model that Fino Bank operates on.
Yeah, as I said, we are a fintech with regulatory enablements. Very simple. We operate on three principles: distribution, technology, partnership. Distribution is essentially the merchants who provide banking services. We do not incur capital cost. We make the neighborhood mom and pop shop as a banker so that he can provide services. We have more than 750,000 merchants who provide banking services. Technology is our DNA. Everything what we do, it is all about technology. We revolutionized, financial services in a manner that we can give banking suvida or banking services to our customers in a very cost-effective manner. I'll just show you one example. This is a micro ATM. This is a machine which actually dispenses or helps in terms of cash withdrawal. It is like a traditional ATM, wherein you have a card slot and then the merchant pays the money from his drawer. Okay. This is how we have working towards our target segment. The cost of this machine is INR 4,000. The cost of traditional ATM is INR 550,000. So when I said technology is a cornerstone, this is how we operate on an asset-light model. Third is partnership. So we believe in partnership. We believe in working with other partners, whether NBFCs, taxi hailing operators, in terms of facilitating them. We do not create all infrastructure ourselves. We believe in sharing the infrastructure and thereby maintain our asset light and sustainable model. So it's all about DTP, as I said.
What is the revenue model of the bank?
See, revenue model essentially is we are a transaction platform. 97% of our revenue, INR 791 crores, 97% of that comes for transaction income, 3% comes from balance sheet income or NII. Within the model, we have a couple of main products which are driving. Remittance constitutes 32%. Another 1/3 of revenue comes from micro ATM AEPS. 20% comes from business correspondence banking, wherein we provide similar services on behalf of other banks because of the network which we have or the phygital approach which we have. 8% of our revenue comes from CASA. Here, CASA is not float income. As I said, it is subscription-based income. We have year-on-year fees which we charge for CASA, and our customers are not required to maintain minimum balance. They are allowed some free transactions. It generates an annuity income for us, and it's like a subscription-based model. And then we have CMS, which is cash management services, wherein we help partners to collect their loans and EMIs, and that constitutes 4% of business. On an overall basis, our take rate is 60 basis points and margin is 34%.
Ketan, we all know that digitization is the catalyst for the next growth cycle. And how ready is Fino Bank to take up this challenge? And what is the kind of technology that we will look forward from the bank like yours?
Yeah, as I said, technology is our DNA. It is into the genesis of the Fino. It started off as a technology company. Absolutely right. Digitization is on the corner. Our domain is to help digitization. What we are doing is for our target segment. We look at a target segment, which is the middle India population, the 60, 70 crore, which come in the middle of the pie. We help them, we provide them an assisted digital model and help them to eventually in their journey of digitalization. Our mobile app banking application usage, by this has increased by 193% CAGR over last 2 years as well. As regards to our investment, how are we doing it off? Every product which we are doing has a technology angle. I just showed you about a micro ATM, which we've revolutionized. We similarly have biometric iris devices, wherein through automation we are looking at it. From a digital perspective, that will be our investment forte as well. All the products will have digital angle in Fino 2.0, and that's how we intend to help customer or help our target segment to climb the ladder of digitalization.
Mhm. About the target customer that you have been talking about, is it that you're getting most of the businesses from the tier 2 and tier 3 cities and not from much from the metros?
Yeah, I think our it's not that we do not have a metro or the urban business as well. If we need to understand the business model, remittance is something where we have largely concentrated on the urban, urban or the metro, wherein these people who have migrated from the tier 3, tier 4 cities or towns or villages, send their money back into their villages. So those becomes our potential customers. 70% of our business, yes, does come from a tier 3, tier 4 and rural area, which is where we are providing banking services by the neighborhood shop. People do not have to travel for banking. People do not have to go through any hardships in terms of services. The kirana shop or the chemist shop is the one who will turn banker. So our philosophy is for India to be completely bankable. We will make people as bankers or the bankers babu, for driving the right kind of inclusion.
Mhm. How is the bank building on strategic commercial relationships that is required for expanding customer reach and increasing brand recognition?
Yeah, I'll just give you some statistics which will answer those. Last year, every day we were opening 3,000 customer accounts or CASA accounts. This year, we are opening in the first quarter, we've been opening 6,500 CASA accounts every day. That's the kind of thing. Because we follow the phygital approach, we have footfalls coming out. We are looking at conversion for people that, last year our conversion for CASA was 0.5% of people coming. This year it is 1%. So, imagine the kind of a scope which we are looking at. In regards to further expansion, it is also about merchant expansion. Last year, we added 1,000 merchants on a daily basis. This year, we're doing 1,100 merchants on a daily basis. That is the kind of distribution point which we are adding on. So from a strategic thought process, we want to be wide and deep all across the country, and that's our endeavor as well. When anyone thinks of a financial services in our target segment, what I defined, or in the areas where we are, they should be thinking about Fino and not essentially traveling to a branch or for an ATM. The neighborhood shop will be providing Fino services.
Mhm. Are you tying up with some of the banks too?
Yes, we do have that. The business correspondent business which I mentioned, herein we provide services because we understand it's been 15 years of journey for Fino tackling, on the ground. So we do have a collaboration with a couple of public sector as well as private sector banks, wherein we help them to facilitate transactions in those parts where it is becoming difficult for them to service or efficiently service it off. So that is also a part of our business, which we have.
Mhm. What are the competitive strengths that placed Fino Bank at a higher platform from its nearby competition?
That's a very, very interesting one, Gitu. You know, it is about understanding the target customer. It is about understanding the target segment. Whilst we are a bank, we are a fintech, we are a transaction platform. A typical bank looks at a margin. They will borrow money or they will get deposits, will give lending. This is different. This is all about how much transactions we do and the segment which we cater to. 2006-7 was when the genesis of the Fino happened, wherein we were incubated from ICICI and then were providing services in all the parts where there was non-banking channels available since then. So now our biggest strength is our DNA. We know seamless execution, how we are doing it off. Second is technology. It is an inbound technology team. We have 150 member of a technology team which actually work on business development. Micro ATM was just one of the examples where we are pioneers. We pioneer that product. We carry 55% market share. And the third one is we do not look at making ourselves we want ourselves to be available on open platform as well. Just to give a perspective, Fino banking services available at 11,000 BPCL points, okay, across semi-urban and rural areas. So that is our partnership approach, which we are following it off. So all of this taken together with our 15 years of DNA or 15 years of this is a big differentiator for us. And we are focusing where no one else is focusing as much. People are either focusing on the upper segment of pyramid or the regional rural banks in the lower segment. So we are where it is relatively difficult for people to have an entry in a very simple terms without understanding the customer behavior.
Ketan, while COVID-19 has been it has been a real crisis for all of us, has that proved to be a boon for a company like yours?
See, I don't want to say in any aspect COVID has been boon for anyone. I don't want to say that. However, Geeta, I should say that yes, when the rest of the world was reeling under sort of pressures, etc., in a COVID impacted year, we have grown by 41% in our throughput. In a COVID impacted year, our transaction throughput was 1,30,000 crores. Rupees 1,30,000 crores, a 41% growth year on year. So it has, and how has it happened is like, we are having video call has become a part of the norm. It is becoming the consumer behavior is changing. Instead of, alternate banking channels, which is what we are providing doorstep banking that is working fantastically well. People are more open to it. And for us, it is all about, providing services at a neighborhood shop. If we are getting the same services which our banks give maybe 3 kilometers or 5 kilometers from here, then why can't we just take it from the neighborhood shop? So yes, there has been a positive traction and it is a fundamental shift in the behavior of the consumer in acceptance of alternate banking channel. That's what I would say.
Any planned new products in the offering?
Yes, we have a couple of things in the pipeline. As we speak, we are piloting some consumer loan and merchant loan. This is where we would be facilitating it off. We are not a credit bank. We will not be taking underwriting. It's not a book. It's facilitating. So we are doing that with the kind of volume and the kind of data which we are working on, the kind of transactions or the customers which we have access to. So we are facilitating. That is currently in the pivot stage. In addition, we are looking at international remittance and also investment products, which will be, which we are working along with regulator, which should be the new product suites which should come through. On this point, it's also worth noting that, as I mentioned, our CASA is a subscription-based account. So we actually charge month-on-month, year-on-year fees for CASA, and the person does not have to maintain any minimum balance. That itself is an innovation, and we are the pioneers in launching subscription-based account for financial services.
Talking about CASA only, what has been the growth in your CASA vertical as of now?
Yeah, as I said, last year we were opening 3,000 accounts on a daily basis. First quarter this year, we are opening 6,500 accounts on a daily basis. That is the kind of traction which we are seeing off. For us, it is all about convenience, and transparency. For our target segment, we will tell them this is upfront fee which you are paying off, and you will be allowed the transactions, and there will be no hidden charges coming. There will be no transaction charges which will be coming through. So that is one of the growth drivers which we have seen in terms of CASA.
Are people agreeing on that? I mean, we have a different mindset, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's right. Whenever, first, honestly speaking, when we pioneered micro ATM, people were thinking, can this really dispense cash? And now this constitutes 3% of of the total cash withdrawal industry in a banking. Our renewal rate, year one people open, year two they have to come and renew it, right? Our renewal rate is 65%. So 65% of people are renewing it off. That is a testimony that people are understanding this product and finding value into this as well.
Thank you, Ketan, for your time, and wish you all the best for your IPO.
Thank you. My pleasure, Gito.
Thank you so much.
Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all related documents carefully before investing.